friends, it's T. Wiley Law. Let's discuss Reasonable Doubt, Season 2, Episode 3, Part 2, On the Run. I'm sure everybody knows this song. Chanel is on the run. Nobody's able to find her, and the prelim is the very next day, so they definitely need to find her as soon as possible. Of course, Corey blames Jax in this whole mess. Jax and her cousin Sally find a safe deposit key in her daughter's bag. They go to the bank and find papers that put Sally as her daughter Jordan legal guardian. My question is, I thought they had 2 children. So where's the other daughter, and why isn't she included on these particular guardianship papers? But the issue is they need to find out the date that she actually signed these papers. If she signed it before she killed her husband, then that means that she did plan to kill him. But if she signed them after, that means that she did plan to run. They hack into the bank security system and see that Chanel was at the bank the day before with guess who? She is at the bank with the young boy Adrian, the young boy that we saw in the closet helping them sell all of JT's stuff that we think is just a friend, a mentee. This is very interesting. We see them drive off in this old pickup truck while Method Man and Redman's The Rockwaller plays, which is just perfect for this scene. Jax and Corey disagree about when they're going to let the court know that Chanel is on the run, meaning that she has violated her bond conditions. 2 very basic conditions being out on bail is that she must appear in court on specific dates, which means that she needs to be there for the prelim hearing. And second, that defendants are restricted from leaving the jurisdiction while they're out on bail. They go before the court and let the DA know that they have no idea where Chanel is, but they do ask the court to hold off on the warrant, to give them time to actually find her without the police being on the hunt for her. The judge does not hold off on the warrant, and we now see Adrian and Chanel. We find out that they are in love. Well, at least she's in love with him. This plan for the 2 of them to run away to Mexico really doesn't make any sense to me. She is giving no regard to everybody that she's leaving behind, especially her children. Anyway, the police are on the hunt for Chanel. They go to the cousin's house, and that is when the husband and us, it's finally confirmed for us that she did put up that house for bail. And now, since she has ran, the full amount of bail is owed, and they're in jeopardy of losing their house, and that is regardless of whether or not they find Chanel. So Chanel and the young boy on the run, they're waiting for his connect to get the cash, the passports. He stops by a convenience store, and the clerk recognizes him as a football player. Who knew? Because I must have missed that. I didn't realize he was a football player. And what made him think that they could just be riding around town and nobody would notice him or her? Anyway, the clerk takes his picture, posts it on social media, and that is how the cops are able to get a location on him and Chanel. The connect, a guy named Dallas, who's supposed to help them get passports and now access to a new car, ends up getting arrested. He's sitting in his car, the police approach him, run his plates, and he has an outstanding warrant. The cops find Chanel's location. Jax investigators actually listening on the police radio, hears the location, contacts Jax. She in turn calls Corey. They both in turn contact the DA to work out a deal to bring Chanel in peacefully. They don't want the situation with the cops rolling up with lights and sirens to end up in Chanel being hurt by the police, based on the history of the LAPD. But when they arrest her and she clings to that young boy, just crying and screaming, it was so embarrassing. Jax visits Chanel in jail, and we get a conversation on why she ran. She felt as if Jax did not believe her, did not have confidence in her case, which is why she brought Corey on. And at this point, I feel this is when Jax should have told her about her own anxiety and that she's not in the mental state to help her with the case. And she did what she thought was in the best interest to help her friend win this case. Jax ends up being second chair, and we get a scene between Jax and Corey, a nice little hug, like a waiting to exhale hug. And it goes back to the question of, we know that Jax told us that she only knows Corey from the panels. But do you think they have a history there, or they will have some history once this season continues? Corey goes to visit a woman in jail to let her know that her appeal has been denied. We find out that this is the woman whose case is similar to Chanel's. She took the life of her abusive husband, claiming self-defense, but she is currently serving time in jail. We find Corey's true motivation for taking Chanel's case. He knows that it's going to be very high profile, and he's hoping that that would help him get clemency for this client. The episode ends with the young boy getting out of jail. He's walking down the street. This black SUV rolls up. Back window rolls down. Some unknown characters. But based on the conversation between him and Adrian, where he's asking for his money, telling him to get in the car, they got some things to discuss. Definitely something else going on, and the mystery continues. So let me know what you think is going on with the young boy Adrian. Till next time.